What's up, people? It's been a while since I did a little just one-on-one messing around and talking. So today I am on Grimlock. This is our Dark Elf only guild. Well, only guild. It might end up being a Dark Elf only interrupt worshiping baddie guild. We have our own Discord now. I've got that set up. I've got to get the guild charter typed up and put on the first page. And that will be where everybody will get sent to. Once you read the guild charter, you can post in the forum page below it, which will basically be you signing the guild charter and saying you agree to all bylaws, things like that, and it'll act as your request to join the guild. Basically, on this guild right here, how it works is we're all dark elves. Right now, a few real life friends of mine, we started it and we're doing a group, but we're wanting to get more people into this guild because eventually we hope to do like the dragons and just raids and junk like that. The other guild, Order Dracona, started out like this, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on these dark elves and we're going to lock them in at 52 for a while, because with this guild, it's kind of like the old All Lang Syne guild where we earn what we get. We either loot it ourselves or we trade skill it, or something like that. But everything is kept within the guild. Shit, I've got just about every trade skill. The only one I don't have so far is blacksmith, because Morgath has been working that. He's actually up to making dark elf cultural stuff right now. So soon he'll be maxed high enough where he can make the imbued and all that. But with the guild, you got to be a dark elf for now, at least. We speak dark elf languages. We'll teach everybody all the languages so they can understand stuff. But as far as in your chat window down here, we either have dark speech or dark elf selected as our default language. Kind of role playing the snobbishness of the dark elves. I don't know. We're having a ball. There was a few of them that decided that they thought, well, maybe I'm not going to like this starting from scratch stuff. And I mean, even though we do have a few fables on us, when we started, we didn't intend it to be, anything but ourselves. So we went and got like a couple of quality of life items, like the Fable Pegasus cloak, Fable J boots, because at the time there were not going to be any sours in the game, so no shamans, no druids. But we've been thinking about allowing like interrupt worshiping trolls. Let's see, and maybe a half elf bard from Freeport. The reason for that being that roleplay aspect is the half of that bard that is elf is dark elf. So, oh yeah, it's like a redheaded stepchild, but it would allow bards into the guild eventually. And let's see, interrupt worshiping period. So I think it's just troll and maybe some human. I think if they were interrupt worshippers, that would bring certain classes to the game. With the trolls, we would only allow class, or any of the other races, only allow a class that a dark elf cannot be. So what respecting dark elf would allow a troll to be a class that they believe themselves to be able to do better. So a troll would be something like a shaman, because you can't be a shaman as dark elf, a beast lord, or a berserker, but no SKs, warriors, anything else that a dark elf can fill that role of. And like I said, with the half elf bard, that would allow bards to be in the guild. But basically, that's it. For right now, though, it's just dark elf only. And if you do join the guild, we have set a deal where your character can't be over level 20. I know the old All Lang Sin back on P99 had it where you couldn't join if you were over level 10. And if you had any gear that wasn't appropriate within 10 levels of your character, you had to strip it and all that stuff. Well, on here it's the same thing. If you start and you're 20 under, if you have some level equivalent gear, that's fine. If you have a few fables, that's fine, because we have them. We won't ask you to strip any fables or any pre-existing J boots or Peggy cloaks or something like that. But you can't have like any gear that's been purchased at a bazaar. You can't have any gear that you've gotten off a Copper Mart. No freebie stuff. So when you're playing in this guild, it's all about earning your own way. So like all these shout outs you see in POK, come get this free gear. We can't do that. You can't go accept any free gear. You can't do Copper Mart because that's just too easy, out of the way, out of your level range. And you can't do Bazaar. You can, however, buy trade skill goods at a Bazaar or off of vendors. Certain other items may be purchased off vendors, but still you have to go with that level restriction. Usually within 10 levels of your character, if your group couldn't farm that item, then you don't need that item. That kind of thing. But, if you're embracing the process, why would you want to anyway? The whole point is to enjoy a group or enjoy some solo or whatever, but earn what you get. It makes when that item drops in a dungeon or something that much more important, that much more exciting. Like, for instance, last night we went and tested Velks out with our little group. Did great. There was a hunter that popped down there. He dropped Crystal Chitin Gauntlets. Well, that went to our rogue, because that was a huge upgrade for the rogue. And being as the rogue can't wear cultural, and the SK, which is Morgath, is about to be able to make cultural, we divvied that out to the rogue first. But things like that, where items that drop are important. The reason for doing dragons was because we will need those items off those dragons, like Cloak of Flames, things like that, or the belts, whatever can drop off Nagy and Vox. Those are going to be huge upgrades. So, and it brings back things like the Thurg Shawl, which is what I'm basically on my way to do right now. I'm fixing to start that. I went the other day and farmed enough commoners in Kall that I got like 4 frost giant toes. I ended up with a runic iceworm fang I put on our trader. And that's another thing. You don't really need money in this guild unless you're working trade skills. And we have a guild bazaar vendor, Menzo Bronzen, that if you loot anything off something, you want it sold to get the cash, you can either make your own trader, that's fine, or you can just throw it on that trader, and then when it sells, the money's given out to you. If we're grouped and things fall and everybody agrees, well, let's throw it on the trader. Well, when it sells, then we split the money between the people that were in the group when the item dropped. But other than that, I've been selling a lot of things I make it on my, on this guy as trade skills, research spells, relic packs that I can run in. Oh, that's another thing. We will provide a relic pack for you when you start. So I can make handmade backpacks if you need those also. It's just like a family contributed guild. Everybody contributes to making the guild better. Kind of like the old guilds used to be. You go on a raid, everybody is welcome to get gear, but you kind of want to divvy that out at first to where it suits the best, character in the group. Like, of course you want your tank to be equipped well, before you throw it down to other characters. Then you roll down, and things do get rolled over and handed down just to keep everybody up to par. But yeah, we're having a blast doing this. So, I'm going to mess around today. I'm going to do a little on quest. I might go farm some stuff, but I'll explain the guild charter and stuff to you as I'm going. And I'll probably post this along with the guild charter going up live on the Discord. and I'll probably on the thumbnail post a link or an invite to the Discord, so anybody can go in there and look at the guild charter and all that stuff. But I'm gonna pause right here for a minute. I gotta go do something, but I will be back and I'll explain more about the charter. And if anybody's interested by the time this video is over, you know, we're recruiting, we're looking for more players, but you have to follow the guild charter. There's no anonymous, there's no role playing. Your megalo has to be viewed at all times, which means you can't even have that type of gear that's above or beyond you or anything in your shared bank or your bank. Because if somebody goes to look at your megalo and they see all this stuff, they're going to think, well, okay, they're not even following their own rules. These guys are slipping on gear here and there just to help themselves out when nobody's looking. Well, we're not going to do that. It cannot be in your bank. It cannot be in your shared bank. But more about that when I return. I'm going to pause this. Be instant for you, but probably a little bit for me. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back for a minute. Back on the guild deal. Okay, with this guild, we want people to focus. The enjoyment here is doing groups, you know, and being in a group of people, not just boxing or whatever. So there is no boxing allowed. You can have multiple characters in the group, but I mean in the guild, but you can't box them. You cannot be fighting 2 or 3 people at one time leveling. You pick a class, you pick a character, and I'd prefer you focus on that. That would be great. So no boxing. There's no external buffs allowed, so either from any of your characters or mass group buffs or anything like that, unless we're doing them ourselves. So there's no babysitting. There's no having your main sitting on the side helping out with buffs or just to make sure you don't die. Because if you die, that's the fun of the game. You die, you go back, you get your corpse, all that. So no babysitting, no twinking. There's no hand-me-downs. You earn what you get. You know, so your main doesn't go farm something and give it to you. And on that note, you know, we had a discussion about that with a couple of our members who, you know, when we were doing the hero, I'm not going to put names out there. Everybody knows who they are. But when we were doing the hero bracer, is you don't take your main, you don't go scouting, you don't go setting stuff up. Like if you want the hero, the Minotaur, you wouldn't take your main and go kill until he popped, then jump on your other guy to kill him. You make it happen with your guy. The whole point is to consider this your only toon, your only character, that you don't have those options. Basically, embrace the process. And it's fun. It actually is. And people who I've mentioned, I'm talking about, you know, later on realizing, I mean, this is fun to do it this way. You enjoy more things about it. You're not bored, you know. So there's no twinking, there's no twink buffs, there's no buffs outside of what you can cast on yourself or your own guild members can give you. And there's no babysitting, basically. So I'm going to, I gotta go to Thurg, go do this first part of this quest here. I'm going to hand these 4 toes in I got. Then it's going to want me to get 10 heads. Well, I've already got 2 of the 10 I need. But I found they drop more off the giants over here at this fort than in Kall. So, I mean, I see helmets in Kall, but when I come messing around out here, these guys dropped the heads more often. And I need these wolves too because they drop the whiskers I need that are no drop. Alright. Get back to the guild deal. Trying to think of what else I can say. Basically, I just want, you know, everybody to focus on their toon. You know, like I'm an enchanter. This guy's the guild leader. I mean, I'm not saying you can't play enchanter. You can play what you want to play, but I prefer you to focus on that one toon. Or if you got an alt or whatever, that's fine. You can play it on the side. You can have multiple groups playing, but when we are doing something for the guild, it's only one character. There's no boxing. You pick what you want. If something doesn't drop while you're on that character that he can use and something for the other one, well, I mean, that's just the luck of the draw. But decide what you want to play. Focus on it would be better because, I want people that know their character inside and out, old school way. Um, Not have one that's just been drug around and leveling, and when you swap to it, you really don't even know the UI that great, because you're not on that character that often. Let's go down to here. I think I know right where this guy's at. It's been a long time since I even done this quest, and when I was reading over it, my God, it was like it just seems so much more long and difficult, or just time consuming than I remember it being back on live. I could have swore I blazed through this thing, but no, it's no blazing. But I'll have a flowing thought one item when I finish. See, I gotta go back here. Let's see. Yeah, all the way back to this spot right here on the map. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get faction. We can do some Kale armors and stuff. Anything is cool. Now, let me see. Hold on. What is this guy's name? I'm looking for Lore Master Bornin. Right here. Cleric Guildmaster. What is he calling to me? Amiable. Okay. Greetings. Please be seated here. I don't want to be seated. Okay. Do I have to be a different faction? Should be amiable. Do I actually got... this is an old quest. I might actually have to type this stuff in. Okay, hold up. I seek to perform duties for the crown. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I gotta type this stuff in. Okay, that's funny. Give 4 Cromwell Frost Giant toes to Lore Master. I should get the Burlap Shawl. If you return to me with 4 toes or any enemy Cromriffs. Okay. Make sure those are all Frost Giant because Storm Giants were dropping 2. Okay. I didn't get no bump upon. What the hell? You got experience, but I didn't get any message. Burlap Coldane Shawl. Okay. Alright, so let's stick that down here. Alright, now, what task? Oh, he gave me my crate. Okay. I gotta fill that crate with 10 preserve. The thing is, though, once you fill this crate and you combine it, it becomes no rent. So you got to get back here and hand it in. But I don't think the box is no rent, right? No trade? No. Alright, giant. Okay. Reserved. Okay, receive. Reservationist box. Combine 10 Cromriff heads. Create a preserved Cromriff heads box or whatever. Okay, and give the preserved heads and a burlap shawl to Lore Master Brand. Okay, and after that it starts being the food. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna pause right here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I think where I left off was about trade skills. Yeah, I was talking about this. It's a good thing I've worked on my trade skills because this thing requires them all. I'm not sure if it takes blacksmithing. Let me look. If it does, I'll have to work that, but I'm not. Nope, no blacksmithing. Okay, well, everything else I have. Tailoring, no. I'm like 148 on it, and it's got at least 208. I need to go up my pottery a little bit more. My jewel crafting. Fletching's way maxed over what that is. Brewing is way maxed. Baking is way maxed. So I got to work on pottery and tailoring and jewel craft just a little bit. Just to make everything trivial so I don't have to redo a whole chain just to get back to that one step that I failed. That would suck. But the next thing is I got to get the 10 heads. Now those will after that it's all baking and stuff. Yeah, it's the food next. After I get through with the 10 heads, then they start like take this napkin there, make this food, bunny stew or some kind of steaks and something. I think it's 3 different stages of that. All right. Well, on the guild deal, yeah, you play one character at a time. You focus. No babysitting. No external buffs other than what you can provide or your group can provide. You know, things like that. No buying in Bazaar, I've said that. That includes pet weapons and pet gear. Now, if you're a mage, eventually you'll be able to summon that stuff for us, but as long as it's made by someone in the guild and given to you, that's fine. You know, people can charge you in the guild for their trade skills. They've put a lot of work into it. I will help try to fund that stuff, you know, if it's something that we need or whatever, or you can farm and do it. So, either way. So what am I going to do? I got to go kill a couple wolves and a couple giants, I think. I'm missing what buffs? A lot of buffs. I stood there for so long. I should have camped out when I went AFK. So yeah, no mass group buffs. If anybody hits you with a buff, yeah, well, it's your responsibility to click it off. And I'm trying to make it sound like it's coming off like it's some like iron hand do all this, but yeah, you know. But if you're wanting to do it and you agree to the charter, you shouldn't have to be policed. You know, you should be wanting to do it the right way. But there's always those who just walk that fine line and constantly looking for loopholes instead of just, you know, grasping the concept. So, you know, if you're caught, you know, it might just be a warning. If after that, you know, it'd be up to the officers whether or not you need to be part of the guild. You know what I mean? I know playing from scratch like this on this enchanter, it's taught me a lot. Like a buddy of mine used to talk about, use your rune, but I had that other enchanter twink so much that he was literally a tank too, so. But playing this guy, yeah, I've learned that rune is your friend, you know. But we've been doing LDONs and stuff as a group, and we got that tonight, so I'm probably going to record it. We're trying to get the cleric enough points in the North Row LDON before we just like wash our hands of that place. I hate that damn thing. What is that? Oh, Yellow Giant Elite. Well, we're trying to get him enough points so he can get group temp by 44. Because we need that. Save mana and all that stuff. Giant Fort. I don't want to get a lot of experience outside the group because we're trying to, you know, stay together, same levels. Just don't want no drama like that. These are light blue and green for the wolves, but I need heads, and I'm hoping to get some off some low-level giants or lowish level giant scouts or something. Okay, there's a scout that's blue. Gotta watch that wolf there. Alright, let me slow him and haul ass. See if I can. Uh-oh, wait. What we got here? Oh, there's a light blue scout. God, they're just crisscrossing like I don't know what right here. Like this weapon I have on this pet. Some kind of drag. I found it on a vendor. It wasn't a bazaar, it was a vendor. So I bought it and oh shit, I'm testing it out. Where am I at even? Oh, I'm at the giant fort. Jesus, I went the wrong way. Oh, I got a Draco. Okay. Let me mess him. I don't want to fight him right now. I want the giant. Okay. Me, I don't even freaking have came into this unprepared. I'm gonna go ahead and toss him. I'm slowed. I don't want no group mess. Let me get my direct damage up. Anarchy. Heck with this giant. Oh, he's not going down quick, is he? Oh, head needs damage shield. Ring that pet real quick. No head. Give me a little giant head. Dubiously. I'm not hidden if he's dubious. Oh well. He's about to break anyway. Dude taken care of. Get on him, bro. Get on him. No whiskers. Yeah, we hope to do dragons though. We're going to lock in at 52. When you're locked in with AAs, you can do anything you want, you know. You're just gaining AAs, so. Well, not do anything you want, but I mean, you know, you're not out leveling anybody. Yeah, anybody 20 and under, you can have some fables. None of this recommended gear required, because you know that stuff didn't drop off anything you could kill. That would have had to come off the bazaar free from somebody, or you know, twinked. Head back over to the POK book area. There's too many crisscrossers right here. Ooh, that's a red elite. Like last night we went into Velt's and we tested that out. We did great, you know. We did real good. The rogue got some crystal shit and gauntlets upgrade. That was awesome. But then we decided we was going to go to the frenzy, but I tried to passy my way to the frenzy instead and ended up, messing up a bit. So Claret died twice, I died once. We should have just fought our way up there. But we were in there way below our necessary level range anyway. Even though we could handle all the bottom stuff, we couldn't clear the bottom, everything. But when you're relying on multiple parts, like if I'm pacifying and I'm relying on whether or not, the other guy's going to slip or fall or not make the jump or whatever, then, those are a lot of unseen factors that if everybody could do their part perfectly, then we could have got past, the pacified mobs and got up there. But I'm not blaming people. I'm just saying that's, there's a lot of moving parts when you're doing stuff like that. Even with Invis. Should have root up, but I don't. Yeah, we got Morgath doing the blacksmithing for Dark Elf Cultural. I've been feeding him mats that I can find on top of what he can get himself. And I've got all the other stuff, so when Christmas rolls around, oh, got a head. Look at there, I got me some giant head or some sloppy head. There we go. Okay. So I got 3 now. I got 2 in the bank. So I need 7 more. What was I saying? When we get to stuff like the Thanksgiving event, like the Halloween event, all that stuff is good. If you do it yourself, that's fine. The Valentine's event coming up in February, that's easily done by ourselves. So, we can have those items because it is a quest that we do, in the game. But like these augs, you had to have farmed the augs yourself. You had to have gotten them killing something yourself or, in a group with the guild. And I got lucky with the one-hand blunt. The shield dropped in Charvel when I was farming hopper hides to do the bags with. So yeah, there's a lot of farming in this, especially if you're doing trade skills. All the silks we've had to farm, all the stuff I've had to farm to make the backpacks to get to the point where I can run right now and make a rally pack, in just a couple minutes. Making all the padding for Morgath's blacksmithing to get to do that cultural armor. Right now I need to go farm a lot of silk to keep going up, but then I need to get vellum bits. So you're relying on guild members to do stuff that, like if you're not working skill, like he's got blacksmithing, I'm going to rely on him to make the acrylia studs and acrylia boning that I need to do acrylia, leather pieces. But I'm going to have to go farm, flawless rock hopper hides and things like that. So it's a time-consuming deal. If I find them on Bazaar, I can buy them off somebody, but then you got to have the money to do that. So the guild is setting good right now. I pushed my luck, ended up with a gold ticket, got that sold on the guild trader. So we're kind of set with that right now. Yeah, we're having a blast leveling these guys up the old way, focus. Right now we're only grouping like once a week, maybe twice if everybody's on at the same time. We're trying not to out-level each other because we're just, we're a group. We got 2 other members that finally caught up to us night before last, so they're going to join us tonight with the Northrop LDONs. We got a mage and a necro joining us, so we got a full 6-man group. But yeah, we're looking for more members. We have alts. We can at some point level with you. I got a warrior in here, and I've got a necro that, you know, the warrior's 9, but the necro's not even been played yet. So we can always, you know, join y'all at some lower level event or whatever, some lower level group. Or if you come in and you got other members, you log on or somebody else level, yeah, y'all get together, level up, you know. If you want to set up a group that y'all stay together with, that's fine. You catch up with us, you know, that's fine. Once we hit 52, it doesn't have to be set that these people level with these people because you're getting AA. So you could group up and just grind AA somewhere or go farm this, go farm that. But let's see, have to be 20 level and under, can't have fables, can't have twink gear, can't be babysitted, can't be buffed outside of your own buffs or the guild buffs. Cannot buy from Bazaar, Copper Mart, or free hand-me-downs. Earn what you get. Dark Elf only at the moment. Now, we will at some point, you know, we're going to invite people right now, but at some point we're going to do the we only need this class or we only need that class, you know. We don't want so many people playing the same class that we would have to go do the same thing over and over and over because everybody's vying for the same piece of gear. We'd prefer to do this, you know, have a nice close-knit raid group, and like if we need an extra cleric, well, we'll recruit an extra cleric. If we need an extra enchanter or an extra rogue for DPS or another mage, then we'll recruit another mage. But we don't want so many of one class that, you know, nobody ever gets any gear, you know, or it takes forever to get anywhere because you're constantly doing the same thing, just trying to equip everybody with the same item. Now, role-playing wise, if we decide to let the trolls in and the bards and stuff, we will have a rank. Basically, it's underling or guild underling or whatever. Because the role-play aspect is we're only allowing you in the guild because we need something you can do. You know, and a dark elf's not gonna, you know, let them be equals. Now, you will have equal rights to gear and raid because this is only role-playing. But, you know, there would be no officers if you were a troll or a human or half-elf bard or whatever. You couldn't be an officer. You can't be a race that a dark elf can already be. Or a class, excuse me. Because I actually have I think I have a troll berserker, but he would have to be Innerrook worshiping. Now, bard, I don't think a bard can. They would have to be agnostic, but they would have to be a half elf from Freeport due to the role playing aspect that your half is a dark elf. Somehow that happened, and we're just, you know, allowing you in the guild or whatever kind of thing because we can use you for what we need. Subordinates. Like I said, in the raid, anything like that, you got just as equal rights to gear as anybody else. It's just a role play aspect. But a bard can wear some of the dark elf cultural stuff. So can humans if they're Innerrook. Like an Innerrook cleric or something, or an Innerrook. Well, I don't know how the human would be, how we would do that. Because you can't be, you'd have to be Innerrook worshiping, and the only thing a human can be Innerrook is an SK cleric or necromancer, correct? But a dark elf can be all of those. So yeah, I guess that rules out being a human right there. Uh-oh. I'm using my wolfy feet. Yellow fella. I'm pretty sure I could take him. I just don't want to. I could easily fear him. But See if I can get some of the whiskers. I think I need 4 whiskers. I really need to stop doing this because I'm getting too much experience here. I'm not in hell level no more. I did that little bit in Kall because they were light blues, bad Zim, and I was in a hell level. Try to get to 44 tonight, and if we do, then that should put these guys either green or gray, and I can come back and farm them without having to worry about gaining on the guys. Ooh, look at here. Black steel wrap. 10 hit points. I'm just going to give that to the pet. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off doing any more leveling right now. Except I need to go farm some spider silk. So that's something I can do. Best place I know to go do that and not get experience is going to be Guck. The spiders in there. But yeah, trade skill things can be bought off vendors. And Bazaar. You can auction out and buy those from other players. For instance, things that are forged, that, you know, because we don't have any forgers. That's the only way possible. So you can kind of role play that aspect as like you're using the black market to get what you need, you know. Here they are, other heads. Low quality dire wolf. Thought I had some of those. Yep, there we go. I don't know what I can use them for, but see, Zogany, arrest, sight, poison vials, frost giant meat. Well, I can make food out of that for the SK. Yeah, I have to constantly check these vendors because there's the reagents on here that, oh, I hate that noise. You hear that? It's like a bar sound. That drives me freaking crazy. I found that if you come in from the back side of these guys, you can avoid triggering it. But I'm constantly scouring these vendors for something. Like Elven Blood, because I got to farm Shadow Men for essence to do all that stuff for the cultural. Shivs for my pets. More often it's for tempers. Sometimes, well, it's not letting me do it. Every now and then I can come in and not trigger that. I hate that freaking noise. I know I can turn it down, but Froglock blood. I'm looking for the things to make tempers for blacksmithing for SK. Sometimes people sell them. For certain words to up my research. We got compliment today too. If you're doing it with your regular characters, you just can't do them on this guild. Can't even attend it, not even to hand it off to somebody else. If there's one wave I wish I could turn off in this game, it's this crap. That is so freaking annoying. There we go. It's gone. Okay, let me see what we got. I'm gonna pause this for a second just so I look this up. You don't get bored while I do this. I'm gonna check these vendors. I'll be right back. Alright. Well, another thing, if you don't have J-Boots, if you're just starting fresh, you don't have the Fables, you just want to start even at level 1 or whatever, you know, I would prefer everybody to start earlier rather than at 20, because it I mean, it just shows you're leveling the character in the guild way. So, but if you do, we will help you get regular J boots and a Peggy cloak. So we'll have those comforts of life or whatever. That is something the guild will provide or help provide. And if you're on and you see us, I mean, we can answer any questions. It's either Grimlock, which is me, Morgath, SK, Helzabeth, our cleric, or Razor, our rogue. They can answer questions too if you look them up. What do I need? Okay. We got feedback. Where am I at? I need to go farm Shadow Essence, but I think I'm going to check out the spiders first real quick. I mean, if you're starting out too, the new armor is really good stuff. Some of it kind of sucks if you're going to be like if we allow trolls, but most of the other stuff, the new armor it's awesome. It's way better than the old level 30 quested armors like Dark Forge and all that stuff back in the day. And of course, if you're depending on what whatever you are, if you got to the point where you could farm the mats, I'm sure our SK will make you the cultural armors. I mean, stuff like that we're not just going to give out. You got to do the work to get your mats. That's a long skill upgrade. People put in a lot of time for that stuff. They need to be compensated. I'm gonna go around to this side. Start on the far side of the spiders. Okay. Anybody even in here? Nope, just me. Moi, myself, and I. What are these called? Indifferent. still don't want everything in the room at once. As long as me and the pet are on it, they're not going to run. Yeah. Right now, I need my staff. Wow, one silk. I remember this thing's dropping like multiple silks. And they're the ones in piranhas, maybe. Do a lot. Let's see if I get them all by hitting one. No. Gotta get that pet on it. What is up? This thing should drop multiple silks, not just one freaking silk. This is disappointing. Little ambience. Might be better just to go farm Shadow Man. But I gotta find something that drops a lot of silks. Oh, this is the named large heart spider. Using the good old fabled slime crystal staff. Got affliction on it. It's nice. 30 direct damage, 25 every 6 seconds, over 45 seconds. It's bad for an enchanter. If you pop something, then I can't mess it or nothing. But right now, I'm just trying to kill shit. Oh, this is ridiculous. Looks like we're gonna have to try the ones in piranhas. Alright, I'm going to pause here and I will be back when I get in the location. Well, I think we're going to call it for this one for right here now, guys. I'll talk more about the guild later. I'll post the link to the guild charter soon, so if anybody's interested or whatever. We'll probably do some recording LDONs tonight, but until then, see ya.